Well, she was with us. Were you with us? Yeah, she was with us. And we took Joe and Melissa there, and we did a big photo shoot there for Ginger at the store down the south. And she took hair and makeup, and we put them in the nicest hotel that was there, and had to pay for them. And we had to pay Joe and Melissa's first class tickets to come there too. So yeah, they require first class tickets when they fly anywhere. So yeah.
I mean, you were so you did a photo shoot and you went to Melissa and Joe. They demanded first class tickets.
Yeah, and they wanted her hair and makeup to go with them.
So you flew all that.
Yeah, what am I going to do? I mean, I don't even want to.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it was, but I had the budget for it. But I didn't want to put it. It was just like it was just easier to put them all together than it was to try to figure out. It's expensive there, no matter where you're going to stay. This is like an island that you don't bring other people to unless you're really like. Does she really need that?
No, and also a first class ticket. I mean, that's no joke.
To Florida, yeah, and then we have to fly over there for a private plane, and it's like it adds up. But like I said, I had the budget. I stayed within the budget, and she was good to me in the sense that she didn't charge me a fortune. But they used the pictures that I had to pay for. So she used all those pictures for her advertising, and I had to pay for them. So really, she got a good deal.
And so Melissa basically never paid a penny for anything, I'm assuming.
Not one drink did they buy me. Not one anything. But
this is
often, it's business, and it is what it is.
Well, what would you say, if we walk out here and we walk across the street in New York to
David,
Starbucks?
I'm going to buy you a drink. Come on.
Okay, well, I'm going to buy you a drink. But what if we ran into Melissa Gorga across the street right now?
I would run the other way.
You would?
Yeah, I don't think we would talk to each other. I don't think we would speak to each other. I might look at her. I'm not going to say anything to her. I think she would feel funnier than I would.
Do you think she would say, Jackie, I'm sorry?
No.
Or just like,
no.
I hope you're well?
No.
Hi?
No.
I hope you're well. I have to go?
I don't think so.
I mean, that's like a common...
I don't think she would even look at me. I think she would just like...
Wow.
Yeah. She doesn't like me, especially now that I have the book out about them. They don't like me. Like I said, it's not about them specifically. It's not necessarily about them.
No.
It's about a lot of things,
Well, look, there's a lot of tree huggers, which is what we call Teresa's fans, that I think would love to read the book because they don't really care for Melissa. I really have nothing against her, but there's a lot of tree huggers that do not care for her.
So Teresa's more popular than Melissa, you think?
I feel that there's definitely a lot of people that don't like Teresa, but my gut just somehow I feel that more people like Teresa these days.
I think she's likable. I think she's a little more likable.
Listen, I've met both of them multiple times. And this is how I personally describe it. This is my experience.
I like it. Tell us.
And I will not ever back down from this. It's like with Teresa, although you can get a rude, crude gruff in your face, at least you are getting that directly to you.
Yes.
With Melissa, it's all sweet and wonderful, and you just know it's so fake.
Behind the back. Yeah, and that's true.
Okay, one time. All right, let me tell this story. One time, my audience loves when it's just a story. I was at this party. It was Marge Senior's, Margaret's mother's, I think 75th birthday party. We were filming for the show. I mean, I was just there because I was a guest. I was friends with her mother. And I had this Louis Vuitton bag, and of course Louis Vuitton, and it was purple and pink. And I mean, look, I saw some producer was call him over about his bag. Just a moment of oh, it's so gay. It's fine. I don't care.
Right.
Purple, pink. So Melissa called me over, and I went, and she's your bag, or whatever it was. It was a 2-second interaction. They never used this, of course. Same thing. I was this is not going to be used. But let's get some B-roll. And so as Melissa was standing in front of me, as close as you are to me, and she went to turn her back to me, she rolled her eyes. Now that's okay. I get it. I'm sorry the producer made you interact with me. But at least I'm okay. I'm aggressive. I'm not passive aggressive.
Right.
Just, I don't care if you like me. You don't have to. I don't like a fakeness. And I know it was being filmed.
I don't like fake either.
That's the difference to me is Melissa is sweet to all these fans, to everyone listening.
Yes.
And then I've heard horror stories from fans that behind the scenes, like they try to DM or whatever, and she's like a nightmare. So I just think she's nice to your. No, she doesn't care.
She doesn't talk about her friends. She doesn't care about that. She doesn't answer them. She doesn't talk to them. She doesn't care about
So I feel like at least with Teresa, you get when she's in her mood, you get that to your face, which I welcome as opposed to hot doll, and like you can't stand me. So I mean, she really can't stand me now, but before she couldn't stand me. Melissa was fake, and I do feel there is a warmness to Teresa that look, she's just been through a lot. So I think if you went through all this in life and jail and everything, you're not really trusting of society, which I understand. I'm not trusting of society, but I think underneath it, she's like, there's a warm person there.
I felt that way too about her.
There's a warmness.
I felt that where I haven't felt it with others. Yeah, I do feel that about her, and I think she's learned a lot. I think she's, not she's not like, oh, I think I'm all this or I think I'm all that. I don't think she feels that way. I just don't get that from her.
And I do think, and I have no problem with this, I really do think it is a job for Teresa. Like, I've been at films where, like, the minute it's over, she rips off her mic pack, and you're like, wait, I'm going to go. She's, like, out the door. I have no problem with that, personally. Like, I would treat this like a job, 15 years in. I'd be like, I don't care. Just give me my paycheck and let me do the job and get me out of here. I really don't think Teresa gets in the weeds of like social media and caring. I think she gets dragged into it.
She gets dragged into it.
And I think these others like Melissa, like they really, like if I were on the show truly and I was making $1 million, $2 million, I wouldn't care. You could say anything about me. I'll fight with you on camera. And the minute the scene stopped, I'd be like, I don't care. Like let me get a cab and get out of here.
Right on.
So I think, I don't know. So that to me is the difference. I feel a warmness to Teresa from having interacted with her. And I'm not sure Melissa has a warmness. I think she wants to conquer the world.
And she does.
And that's fine. But I feel bad for this whole group of people. Right.
You can't do that at other people's expense all the time. You can't, and I think you need to be honest about that stuff. And I don't know. It's not worth lying about. Some things just aren't worth lying about.
No.
Because... I'm not just a Bravo employee, and when people lie about me, it affects what they think of me on the show. This was my life, my personal life, and I don't want people lying about it because I did you a favor. I'm not a friend of the Housewives. I'm not owned by the Housewives franchise. You know what I'm saying? Those two are owned by that place now. I don't have any part of that to do, so I think that's just really crappy that they let that happen to me, or that they said it on the air and then they, whatever, that they sent it to arbitration, and that was bogus. That's bogus.
I just think that, you were just dispendable to Melissa.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Many others.
She treats people like that. I'm a stepping stone or whatever. She's just going to use me for whatever and take whatever she wanted and goodbye. She didn't care. No. And I didn't really care either. I mean, the truth is, if it didn't work, it didn't work. But don't ruin me the rest of the way. Don't stick it in me and like make it like I was the bad guy.
So what is, because Envy is still there. So like what is Envy today? Like is it owned by Melissa? Like
I don't think so. No, I don't think she owns it. No.
She just
First of all, she does not have the time to take care of it. She would have to have a great manager, and she'd have to pay the great manager.
So someone owns it.
So someone owns it. Yeah, I think that's what we've all discussed many times. I think someone else owns it, and she just advertises for them. But at least they're making her advertise. Like, look, here's the deal. You got to do it. If you're going to sign up here, you have to show up and take pictures in this store and wear the clothes.
Right, like she eventually will have like a meet and greet there, but I'm assuming, everyone could have a meet and greet somewhere. You get paid.